Hello everyone, Z3KO Trinity here. Before we get started, I wanted to dedicate this video to my best friend Alec Thornsburry. He passed away here recently and it's just been really hard on me the past few days. I know work hasn't been the same, every single day talking to him for 7 years and so many good memories. But I will definitely miss you and I love you with all my heart, my friend. Live in true happiness right now. But for my movie Monday review, I'm going to be doing Robert. I'm going to be doing Robert. No, I'm just like, this movie was pretty good. It weren't the greatest movie of all time. I definitely have a love for horror doll movies. So once I seen it, I had to get it. But it weren't really the best movie I've ever watched. But it definitely ain't the worst. I've seen a lot worse than this. Basically what it's about is a doll named Robert. No, I'm just playing. You can look up the back history on it because it's based on the true event. He kind of has the same history as Annabelle, really. But if you want to learn more about like the back history on the doll, you can look it up because it doesn't really say in the movie. So I'm not going to say. But basically it's about this family, the dad named Paul and his wife Jenny and their son Gene. They hired this housekeeper named Agatha, and she apparently had the doll Robert, or was cursed with carrying Robert with her. And she's been working for them for 2 years, but here lately she's been really, really bad. Like, she forgets everything, forgets where stuff is, just can't really keep up with the house anymore. So the family decides to let her go, which pisses her off. So she's like, you know what? I'm going to give this doll to your son. So she gives Robert to Gene. And he was okay with the doll because that kid is pretty messed up already. I mean, if you look at his room, he has stitched up dolls and clown dolls in there already. So he was pretty messed up already. So he pretty much liked this doll. And I have to say, that is one of the ugliest dolls I've ever seen. It kind of reminds me of like an aborted Weasley or something. Some kind of messed up Chucky. See if I can get a good pic of him. If it'll zoom in on it. It's not going to be clear. But yeah, you get the gist. Basically, Robert's... weird things start happening, things they can't explain, and basically the dad thinks the mom is crazy. He takes up for their son a lot. The mom thinks it's the son, obviously, but the dad thinks that the mom is kind of messed up because she's a stay-at-home mom, and she's on this medication because she heard voices and seen things in the past. And I don't know, it was a good movie though. I liked it. I really didn't love it, but I liked it. And I can't really say too much about it because I don't want to give away too much if you haven't seen it. But I advise you to go watch it at least once. Who knows, you might actually like it like I did, or you might absolutely hate it. But if you watch it, come back and watch the full video and let me know your opinion on it. But now for the spoiling part. The parts I didn't care about in the movie is that I didn't like how fake the murders looked. I know it's a B-rated movie and they probably didn't have that much money to put into it. But, for example, when the babysitter fell down the stairs or was pushed down the stairs, and she lands there, and you can see that she's perfectly fine. And then when the mom walks in, she just all bloodied up and gashed. I thought that was kind of weird. And even the very end of the movie where the kid, kills the dad, you could tell that that's just fake blood on the knife. I mean, it just looked too fake to me. But the other part I didn't like about the movie is that it had 2 scenes in it that was pretty much the same thing as Child's Play. And I absolutely love Child's Play. It is my #1 favorite horror movie of all times. So, in the movie Robert, he knocks, as you see through Robert's eyes for the first time, him going through the house, he knocks over a thing of sugar. And you can see footprints in the sugar, and the mom goes back to the son's room, blames it on the son, and the son has no idea what's going on. And then it shows Robert's feet, and it was covered in the sugar. Well, that's the same thing with Chucky. When you first see through his eyes, he knocks over that thing of flour, and the girl sees the footprints through the flour, and, same thing, pretty much. But, then the other scene was when the mom had the doll on the bed, and she was, yelling at it, "Talk, damn you, talk! Talk, you bastard!" And, in that British voice, her squeaky British voice, "Talk, you bastard!" But, that reminded me of Child's Play, where she was shaking Chucky and, screaming at him to talk to her. I don't know, I just love Child's Play, and I really didn't like seeing the same thing in this movie. But what I did like about the movie is I liked the mom pretty much. She was funny. Her voice was real squeaky, and I don't know, I just couldn't take her seriously because whenever she talked, I just kind of laughed. So I liked that, and I liked the very end of the movie. Even though I kind of saw it coming, where the kid kills the dad, when he was, at the shower, and it showed, through the doll's eyes at the end of the movie, I knew it was the boy. So when I saw the mom look at the son at the end, I knew it was him, but still, it was kind of epic. Just seeing him dressed up similar to the doll, I had to give the movie credit for that. But that's pretty much all I have for the movie. Let's see. Oh, another thing about the movie, the Robert doll, whenever the mom's listening through the door to her son and him talking, he kind of sounds like Darth Vader, but with a real deep voice. I don't even think I can make fun of it. But it was just funny. The boy's talking like normal, then all of a sudden you hear this just real deep voice, like, I mean, it was funny. I laughed. I was like, that's Darth Vader! But, yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the movie. For the rating, I give it a 4 out of 10. It weren't the best movie because it looked pretty fake and not a lot really happened in the movie. There's not too much action. It's more drama and more yelling than anything. But I give it 4 because of the ending, really. And that was pretty much all that this movie had going for it. But, yeah, and it even says at the bottom here, I just now noticed, this isn't Child's Play. Ain't that messed up? It has 2 scenes similar to Child's Play, and it says this isn't Child's Play. Freaking douches. But, I think I showed you the back already. I'll give you a quick, glance at it. Robert has a life of his own. Now he wants yours. He walks, he talks, he smurfs. But, yeah, I kind of liked it. I can't really say it was the worst movie I've ever seen. Let me know what you think if you've seen this movie. That's pretty much it. Yeah. So, I will see you guys next time. Peace!